Hi, can I help you?
I'm a little confused. Could you briefly explain the difference between Chapters 7, 13, and 11?
Yes. People ask that question all the time. Chapter 7 is when you don't want to pay your creditors back, for instance, credit cards. But you have to qualify for Chapter 7. Chapter 13 is a court-supervised payment plan, which is usually used to catch up on mortgage arrears or if you don't qualify for Chapter 7. And Chapter 11 is a business reorganization.
What type of people would typically be trying to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy case?
People who used to have higher income is one group, whether you've lost a job, lost overtime, you've had an illness or a medical condition, perhaps a divorce or your spouse passed away. The second group is people with high expenses. This could be caused by family crisis, unexpected expenses, or special needs children who need to have a single parent with them at all times. Third group is people who have made minimum payments on their credit cards and find that their balances never go down. Finally, we've got people who have noticed that they don't have any money left at the end of the month because they're paying their credit cards and they're starting to use their credit cards to buy food and medicine.
What type of people cannot file for Chapter 7?
There are two types of tests to be eligible for Chapter 7. If you're under the average income for the state that you're living in for the same size family, then you can automatically be eligible for Chapter 7. If you're over that income, then we have to do a special test based upon national, regional, and local standards that the IRS sets forth to see if you can qualify. And if you have a little bit of money left over that you can use to pay your credit cards over a period of 5 years, then they want you to do a Chapter 13 payment plan. But if you don't have enough money to pay 25% of your debts over 5 years, then you'll be eligible to file a Chapter 7 case.
What type of people should not file for Chapter 7?
We're always careful before we set up a family or an individual to file Chapter 7 to make sure they don't have any risks. For instance, if you have equity and assets that you don't want to lose, then maybe you should not file a Chapter 7. For instance, if you own a going business that has some value, if you have equity in your house which is more than the allowable exemptions, if you have a vacation home or certain investment property, or if you have annuities that are not set up as qualified retirement annuities. The second group of people that we don't want to file for are people whose names are on the deed to their parents' house or to their parents' bank accounts without analyzing this carefully. And finally, we have the tax return problems. People who haven't filed tax returns or people whose tax returns smell that they're not real. We don't want people to go to jail when they file for bankruptcy.
What are the advantages of filing a Chapter 7 case?
Chapter 7 is great for wiping out old debts, stopping collection calls, lawsuits, pay garnishes, and avoiding the risk that your bank account will be frozen when you're not paying attention.
When you interview clients, do you find that most people can afford to live on their current income if they only didn't have to pay old credit card bills?
Well, that's exactly what we find. When we do a budget for a family, we write down all of their living expenses, we write down their income, and we usually find it balances. The problem is they have these old bills and they can never get rid of them.
In your career, you must have interviewed thousands of clients. What do you find people want the most?
They want two simple things. They want peace of mind and hope for the future. At our firm, we try to deliver that. Even though bankruptcy can be complicated, we will help you figure it out. I'm Paul Hollender, board-certified bankruptcy lawyer. Please give us a call. I'm looking forward to helping you.